Awesome. Okay, so we can go ahead and do introductions if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Awesome. Okay, so, hi, I'm Izumi. For those who don't know, I'll be just moderating this class. I am the owner of MC TV Network, and I'm also going to be learning today. I don't know much about Blockbuster, so I'm very excited to learn um, more about it. And today I'm joined by Lady Mania. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm Mania. So I've been an MC creator for about like 5 years, 8 years, and I've been using Blockbuster for 5 of them. So I definitely think I have some basics down, and I'm going to be sharing some of these basic things with you guys. So feel free to ask questions. Izumi, definitely ask questions because I know you have
Awesome.
no idea what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to ask questions. Let me know. Stop me if I'm going over something too quickly.
Of course, of course. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I've been only using Blockbuster for about the past year. I've been doing Minecraft roleplays for like 8 years or something by now, but I've only gotten into Blockbuster really recently, so I'm excited. I'm very excited. Yes, welcome
Yeah,
everyone.
I was introduced to Blockbuster by a mutual friend. He would like harass me. He was like, "You need to use Blockbuster. Just use it." So I started using
It's
it,
so
and
nice. It's so
it's
nice.
it's my must-have mod.
Oh yeah.
I can't do Minecraft role plays without it. Even like my improv, it has some forms of Blockbuster in it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing my best to cover this. I'm gonna do like the basic setup, and then I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do things like add skins, body parts, and maybe something a little complicated later down.
Awesome.
We'll see how much we can cover because I don't know how long this class is gonna be for.
Yes. You if it ends up going a little over, it's okay. We typically aim for about an hour.
All right,
But if you are like in the middle of something and you need to finish it up, it's not a problem at all.
all right.
Yeah.
So to start things off, I have only the Blockbuster, the core mods, and DecoCraft. So basically, I have Blockbuster, Maclib, Metamorph, Skin and Bones, Emoticons, Arbiter, and Chameleon. Those are like all in a bundle almost together. They all work together. So that's what I have, and then I have some DecoCraft. So we have some items that we can play with. So over here, I have some set up already. So we just have a normal model, and we have a model with some like ears or like not ears, horns attached. We got a model holding some fruit, and then we have an emoticons model here. But first off, what we're going to be doing is changing up some of our settings. So you notice I have some emoticons going on here. So if you hit 0 on your keyboard, it brings up your configuration for all the mods for Blockbuster Chameleon. So we're actually going to go in the Blockbuster, and there's a lot in here. I don't use most of this right off the bat, but I'm sure you could find something to do with all of this. But some of the fun things is the chroma sky. So you guys see how we have like a normal sky going on here. What if you want a green screen, something happening like in the sky? So you just click this button right here, chroma sky, and it turns your entire sky into a green screen. I haven't used this yet, but I feel like you could definitely use this for something down the line. And you can always change the colors with the sliders, like, oh no, spooky red sky. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off though, because we're not gonna be using that like at all. See you guys just freaking out over there. Yeah, so you can definitely green screen the sky, which is something they introduced and I've never used, but it could be very handy. So we also have some rendering here, rendering like reset on playback, just all this stuff. There's just so much going on. Like I always turn off actor fall damage because like what if you have your actor like falling from a height but you want them to survive? The fall damage kills them, so just turn it off. Turn off that fall damage. And there's just a lot here, Arbiter, Blockbuster, Chameleon, just all these things that need to be gone over eventually. And so under Metamorph, there's actually an option to disable point of view Because when you okay, I'm gonna turn that back on for a second. So when you like transform into a morph, say I'm a bird, your point of view drops down. And if you're using more player models with this, it kind of conflicts and makes your skin just or your screen just go blah 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 blah. So if you turn that off, you can have more player models on your thing. My POV is broken. Oh no. There we go. I fixed it. Didn't do that before. That's why it glitches. Yes, that is why it glitches. So go to metamorph and disable point of view, and that'll fix that. That'll fix that. Not a lot of people know this. It'll fix that screen jitter. So turn it off. And then you can also turn off morph acquiring if you're just trying to like clear out and you're tired of it dropping the morphs. You can turn off acquire by killing. And then when you kill things, it won't drop a morph anymore. Is it best not to use NPM and Blockbuster together? So that's kind of controversial because there are some mods where okay, so I have experience with this. So say you're using more creatures and you want to use the werewolf model that they have. You can't actually get access to it through the Blockbuster morph menu. So the best way to get access to that is through more player models. So there are some things that are really nice to have with more player models and some things that aren't. So I don't have more player models on right now, otherwise I'd show you guys how to do that. I really should have thought about that and I didn't. So that'd probably have to be something else I'll show you guys later down the line. But so we're going to do applying skins, got to get these basics down. So you have your model block here. So you're going to right click, go to edit, and then way down here in the bottom right corner there's a materials button. You click that and you can pick your skin. So I always put my skins in the Fred folder. That way I just have easy access to them. Now don't be scared. I know mine don't have eyes. It's because I use the 3D eye rig, which this will lead us into the body parts menu. So right next to the materials, you can click body parts. No eyes. Yeah, no eyes. The eye rig. Yes, I love the eye rig. So right next to materials, there's body parts. So you click that, and then over in the left corner, there's an add new body part. You click that, and then you pick where you want the body part to be. So I'm putting on the eye rig, so we got the head. So click head, go to pick, and then find your eye rig. So I use 3.1. Go to edit, materials, pick skin, and then you got to find your eyes. They're in the eyes folder. Here we go. Now you notice his eyes aren't exactly aligned right, so you gotta move those eyes around. Yes, you can. The body part menu also applies to ears and tails and horns and body parts. You do the body part menu. So you'll notice I put the body part on, but it's not aligned. So you gotta do the translate. So here's the thing people don't really know. You can type in your numbers, but that's a lot of guesswork. You can just simply click the arrow and drag, and it'll move. Click and drag. You don't need to type in, and then you can just like zero that out by typing in 0. But yeah, so you can click and drag. Just you don't need to type in the numbers because that's dumb. Just click and drag it. So I'm going to click and drag that, and now we have a model with his eyes on. You did something wrong with the eye rig? Oh, that's unfortunate. The eye rig's definitely interesting. It's weird figuring out how the skin itself works, but the eye rig should be more easier. So we're going to do another body part because you guys seem to be having problems with that. We're going to do the horns from earlier. So add new body part, head, pick, and then we're going to find the horns. Here's the horns. So you'll notice the horns are a little big and they're not directly on the model. So we can just click and drag and bring them down. But oh no, they're way too big. Let's scale them down. So this part is where you're definitely going to want to type in. So I'm going to do probably 0.7 for these horns and then just set them where I need them. And there we go. I want them to be a little more forward, a little more down, probably. There we go. Now we have a model with some horns on it. Put the model. Yes. Okay. So to put models into your game, we can go to, I believe, here. Yeah. So under your mod configuration, so 0 cogwheel Blockbuster, there's an open models button. You click that and it'll open your models folder where you can put your models in. So I'm going to actually mess with skin and bones here for a second. So I'm going to find my skin and bones. So ignore what I'm doing here. All right. So here I have some wolf models. They don't go in the Blockbuster folder. So Skin and Bones is completely different from Blockbuster. So I'm just going to go over this really quick. So I'm trying to gather my brain here. Okay, so while Blockbuster models are under the Blockbuster folder, if you go back to your config, Skin and Bone models go under your Skin and Bones folder model. So I'm just going to click and drag these. So now I have these in here. But when I go back to game, you scroll in, and sometimes they won't be loaded in. Like mine loaded in. But sometimes they don't load in. So you're going to want to do the /model reload, and that'll reload all of your models here. So you don't have to relaunch your game or leave the world, come back. You can just type in model reload. So I see a question here about morphing into the models. You just click the model. So I'm going to do the horns and morph. And now look, I am just a pair of floating horns. Ooh, spooky, spooky. So the default unmorph button is period. So that's how I keep doing that. Also, animated model, period. You're done. So that's how you do the body parts and adding models into your game. How do you reload the morphs? It's a /model space reload. That's how you reload your models without having to relaunch your game. So that's how you got that. So over here we have this lovely lady right here. She's holding a bowl of fruit. But there's a problem here. So if I go to acquire and then I morph into her, her arms are waggling. That's not how you carry fruit. Your arms don't wiggle waggle when you carry fruit. So how are we going to fix this? How do we want to fix this? Does anybody have an idea of how we could fix this? How to make her arms not wiggle wobble? Fixate the arms. Turn off walking animation. You guys are pretty close. My arms wiggle waggle when I carry fruit. There you go, Corey. Go into the body edit area and turn off swinging. So this is how we're going to do that. So remember the zero, we click the 0. There's a button right here called model editor. You click that. Then you go here to the drop down and you find the model you're using. So we're using Fred right now. So I click Fred and then I come up here and I duplicate the model. And then we're going to name this Fred underscore no swing. No swung, no swing. There we go. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to click on the limbs. So I'm going to click left arm and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to turn off swinging. And then I'm also going to do that for the right arm and I'm going to turn off swinging. And I'm going to save that. So now we're going to go here, go to edit, and you can actually go to pick model and change immediately to no swing. So now I'm going to acquire that one more time. And then I'm going to morph in, and our arms are stationary. No more swinging when you're carrying things. It's also very handy for when you're doing other things like holding other people. You can also edit the model and fixate the body parts with so you don't have to make a new model. Yes, but that takes more time. It'd be easier just to make a new model so that way if you ever need to do it again, you don't have to constantly go in and fixate the movements. You can just have a pre-made model for it. Or at least that's what I do. I want to pause you, but I can't. I'm learning so much. All right, how about you, Azumi? Do you got any questions for me? It does. It does work with emoticons. I didn't see that question, so thank you for bringing that one to my attention. Yeah, I would I would assume it got yes, it does work with emoticons, and it's really good. So I had this guy set up right here. She does a little fancy emoticons backflip. So this is the Aperture thing. But I'm actually going to yeah, we're gonna expand on emoticons a little bit here. So you guys see the movement, the walking around here on my default player model. If you want to turn that off, it's the same as before. Hit 0, go to mod configuration, go to emoticons, and then you can disable non-emote animations. You turn that off, and now if you're not using an emoticons model, you don't have the emoticons animations. Don't worry, I'm going more into emoticons. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. So, because we got this lady here, for example, I'm going to oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. You guys want to know how I just picked up that model, right? You guys want to know how I just so you're gonna hold down left control and then you're gonna middle click your mouse wheel. And then it'll let you pick up the model block so you don't have to like place it down again. I get a lot of questions about that one and I never have been wasting so much time remaking models. Yeah, it isn't just middle click. If you just middle click, you get the base model, but if you control middle click, you get the model itself. And it works for any block if you control a middle click. It grabs the exact NBD data of any block you're looking at. Yes, Corey, you're right. You were right, Corey. Thank you. Thank you so much, Elvie. Love you too. But yeah, so we're gonna do some body parts here on emoticons. So what if I want to give her the animated ears and tail? So you're gonna right click, you're gonna go to edit, and then over here, body parts and meshes have been swapped, but it's still the same concept. Click body part, go over to add body part. We're gonna do some ears. So we got ears here. But if you notice, the ears are way too big. Again, we need to scale them down and make sure they fit. So we're gonna just, yeah, you see how big that is? That's not gonna work. So we're gonna scale this down probably to like 0.2, maybe? 0.2? And then we're just gonna kind of schmiggle them about and change them up. They're missing the texture right now. I'll show you guys how to reapply this texture. So we're just trying to get them to sit on the head and look nice. So that's the goal right here. Just click and drag and move around till you get them where you want them. Uh, maybe make it a little bigger. Do 2.1 maybe. Bring it down. Okay, so I kind of have my ears where I want them, but the texture's all wrong. It's the skin and bones. We're messing with skin and bones here for a moment because we're still doing Blockbuster stuff. So you're gonna go to body parts. You're gonna make sure you click the right body part. So I clicked the wrong one. These are the eye morph. So let's click the other one, and now you have the ears. So I don't know why the preview's all like crooked. That's really weird. The more I watch, the more I realize it's all right. I've done this for like 5 years. I've done this for 5 years. I kind of know what I'm doing. So we're gonna change the texture of the ears. So this part is a little more wonky. So you have it selected, you go to edit, and then in the bottom corner you have meshes. You click meshes. Then you need to pick what mesh you're changing. Sometimes skin and bone models have different things that require a different mesh. Right now, this one only has one, so we're just going to change the one. So you're going to click on it, and then you're going to come over here to pick texture. And then you're going to click the skin and bones folder, and then go to your thing, and then pick what texture you have. Because I don't have any pink ears that'll work well for her, I'm just going to go with white or maybe black. So now she has little black wolfy ears. And this also applies for the tail as well. So we go to back to edit, body parts, add body part. This time we're going to connect it to the body. You're going to pick the wolf tail. So now you'll notice it's completely facing the wrong direction. You're going to have to rotate it, which is the same as black ears, pink hair. Kawaii-chan, I will kick you out. Don't even try it. All right, no, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. All right, so you'll notice it's completely wrong way around, so you're gonna have to rotate it. So let's see. That one is the up and down rotation. That's not what we want. So we're gonna set that back to 0. And this is what we want right here. So we're gonna do probably about 180 because 180 is pretty spot on here. Don't mind the fact it's just freaking out. So we're going to edit, we're going to go to meshes, pick the texture again, we're going to back up. So if you click on this folder up here, it'll take you back. So we're going to go to the wolf tail and we're going to pick the black one. And wolf tail's a little big, so let's scale it down a bit. So let's do like 0.6 or 7. And we can also just translate it and change exactly where it sits, bring that up a little bit so it's more on her tailbone. And there we go. We now have a Blockbuster model with body parts. So if we want, we can morph into her and check out how the movements are. She can crouch, punching's fine. I'm breaking stuff. This is fine. Crouching. Flying also works. Swimming works, but I don't have any water, so I can't show you that. But yeah, so now we got emoticon models with body parts. Am I covering things too fast for you guys? How about you, Izumi? Am I covering things a little too fast? Yeah. That's what I was saying,
Pacing so
like,
far has
tell
been
me
good.
if I'm going too
Yeah,
fast.
no, I get you. I get you. Corey last night at the very beginning was going really fast through. Not last night. The night before last night. What was it last night? What's today? Sunday?
Yeah, it's
Night
Sunday.
before last night. Was going through World Edit, and at first he started like a million miles an hour, and we were like, oh, okay. Can we go a little slower? And he was like, oh,
Slow
sorry,
down.
hold on. Because he already knows the stuff, so sometimes it's easy to go faster because obviously it's not a new concept and stuff for you. But no, you're doing a good pacing.
Yeah. There's another reason why I keep stopping to crack jokes too, is to like help keep some pacing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Give people a moment to absorb the information for sure.
Yeah. Oh, is this a public map? This is a public map. This is Metropolis, I think is what it's
Oh,
called.
nice. We love a good public map.
Yeah, this one's a public map. Some of the maps I use are public, like just like the big city maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So trying to think what else I could cover here because I'm trying to get like at least the basics of setup down.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Where is the best place in your opinion to find models? So Sketchfab's pretty good, but I get a lot of my models off of DeviantArt. Like that's originally where I found my werewolf ears and tails was on DeviantArt. You just gotta like make sure the models. Yeah, most of the models on DeviantArt are Miku Miku dance models. But if you can find models that you can get permissions for, you could put them in almost anything. You just gotta get permission from the original model artist. All right, so we have body parts, we have skins, we have. Trying to think about what else we could cover here before we jump right into recording.
I think someone
Poses?
asked how to add items to people's hands and stuff with Blockbuster models.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Items are just like so there are a couple of different ways that you could do that. You could hold the item while you're recording your playback, or you could add it as a body part. So what if I want to add a sword to we'll add a sword to our wolfie girl here. Remind me while I clean up as I go. We're gonna go to edit, create pose. Oh no, not create pose. We're doing another body part. We're doing body parts before poses. Go to body part, click add body part, and then there's a lot here. Typically, when you add body parts to emoticons, you don't want to mess with the miscellaneous bones because they're just kind of there. I'll cover poses as well, don't worry. All right, so say she's left-handed, so let's click low left arm end, and then this one's pretty fun. So you type in item into the search bar, and we have a Blockbuster items morph, and you can put any item in game in that. So I want to give her the diamond sword. See, so you kind of notice she has a diamond sword in her left hand, but it's not positioned right. So we'll just do a little rotatey shenanigans, and then also like move it so now she's holding it. There you go. Now she's holding a sword in her left hand. You can put it in the equipment slot. That is a thing you can do, but I always find adding it as a body part is better because when you can what's the word? What's the word? Animate it. You can animate it a bit easier as a body part than as an object you can hold. So now we're going to do posing. So emoticons, you can create pose here. So I want her to like hold her sword up. So we're just going to do some like rotating bits here. Kind of bring it in. She's holding the sword. See, now she has like a pose. You can do this with emoticons and with normal. But emoticons have the extra bends that make your poses a little better. Like in this one with the fruit, she's posed to hold the fruit. So you can just like do the stuff. Bring it in so she's like actually holding the fruit bowl. But these are poses right here. Had animated poses working on there. The back flip from earlier. So the back flip from earlier is actually a combination of Aperture, the camera mod, and the and the poses menu. I've made a tutorial on this a little while back, so that's there if you ever want to check it out. But I'm also going to be covering it a bit here if you guys want me to. How do I find the Skin and Bones mod? I can't find it anywhere. Need an Aperture class. Oh boy. The Skin and Bones mod is on the Curse Forge. You can find it under Mac Horse as a creator. It's basically skin and sign, and then bones. So it'd be skin and bones. Or it would be S and B on. Can never understand his videos. Mac Horse is an amazing mod creator, but he had some problems with his tutorials, but we're not going to get into that. Yeah, so here I have her with the sword. So we've covered poses. How do you make people hold hands or touch? That's another kind of aperture thing with the camera mod that we'll be getting into. You guys got any questions for me? Am I doing good? I'm going to be constantly asking you guys if you have questions before I move on to things, so be prepared. Thank you, Izumi. Acquire allows you to wear the model? Yes. So when you press B on your keyboard, typically this is default, this opens the Blockbuster morph menu. So here at the top you can see recent morphs and acquired morphs, or your morphs. I say acquired morphs because these are the morphs I acquired. Acquired morphs stay in your morph menu when you leave the world and come back. So you guys see what I have here. So if I leave and then come back, some of those should be gone. So let me load back in. It might not do it unless it's like a restart of the game itself. Yeah, so now if I hit B, yeah, you see the recent morphs are now gone. It's because I didn't acquire them. So if you want to save a morph and keep it permanently, you have to acquire your morph. Otherwise, it'll just disappear. You guys can see here that the ones I had disappeared. Yes, that's what acquire does. If you want to keep them, you have to acquire them. I've done really complicated things and then never acquired them, and then I lost them. So if we get like triangles on our meshes, how do we fix them? The mesh looks fine in Blender. All right, I got you, Jax. I got you. So you're gonna go to your morph in the model editor, and this is really fun. So say okay. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. So say my ears look a little wonky, like they got some like sharp edges, right? So you go to the demon horns in the model editor, and there's an option under appearance called smooth. You click that, and it'll smooth out your model. Like you notice, like some of the sharp edges are gone now. Do we need to do anything with Blender when we want to add 3D models? this ain't a Blender class. There's a lot you need to do to get like certain models in. Like the animated models, I had to go in and animate them myself. They were not easy to deal with. Done that with a world, built up a village, and then the world crashed, and I never knew how to back it up. Youch. But yeah, so that's how you smooth out your models. So if you got like sharp models, you just go into the model editor and then click smooth under appearance. And that will smooth out the model so it's not as rough and ragged. 2 years of beating my head and it was a simple fix. Yeah, a lot of these things are actually pretty simple once you figure them out, and it's pretty dumb too. Can we have a character drop onto something and then walk away from it? I can't for the life of me figure out how to make that work. Oh, drop something and then walk away from it. I mean, I appreciate this so much. The dropping would be just a normal, like, you mean like drop it and then not like suction it up? I've never actually tried that, so let's try that, shall we? So I'm gonna actually make a new scene here. So we'll go over to scene, click the drop down. We're gonna make a new scene. We're gonna name this one test. There you go. Now make sure test is selected. Gonna add replay, pick the model. So let's do this lady right here. Oh, and then we're gonna click record. And I'm gonna record her. So we're gonna have her just toss the sword and walk away. And now I got that done. I'm gonna shift right click, change the source to test, and then play it. I mean, it worked for me, so. Works for me. I don't know what to tell you. Me in the corner trying to make the thing another body part when you can just do that. It's fine. It's fine. This is unrelated to everything you've been over so far, but I have a specific problem I haven't figured out how to fix. My HD Skins 3D face layer always looks really pixelated. Do you happen to know how to fix that? Got you. So, some of these models have 3D face layers. So let me, okay, hold on. I'm gonna, I got that. Let me find a skin with a 3D face layer or HD face layer. Let me see. This one. This one. Okay, hold on. Models. Lord and Savior Blockbuster. All right. So we got some models that have the 3D face layers. So you got to like figure out which ones. So you'll notice down here it says Fred 3D. So if I take this one and then I put a skin with a 3D hair layer, it makes it all broken and really gross, right? Well, right next to that, there's one that is just normal Fred. So we do this. See, now it's not pixelated. So if you want to put HD hair, you have to make sure you're not using the 3D hair layer because that's just it really messes up what you're doing. It's really helpful paying more attention here than I do in my college classes. But yeah, so if you're gonna do your HD hair, make sure you're not using the 3D model because that just like makes your hair layer 3D. It's really good for like normal car model. I don't know how to use those. Oh, I'd have to. You guys are asking me about things I'm not fully prepared for. Hold on. Izumi entertained for a second.
Okay, here I am. Okay. Hi guys. How's
Okay.
it going?
Yeah.
Learning a lot, huh? I know I am. Taking notes.
Take all the notes.
Everyone, say something in chat that you learned today that you didn't know. If everything, then just say everything. The entertainer, yes, that's me. Hello. Oh god. Oh my god. Chat is moving so quickly. Hi. I learned I could make the sky green. It's same. I didn't know I could do that either.
Yeah, I learned about that forever ago. I just never used it. I saw
Yeah,
no point in
that's
it.
so handy for like specifically, especially like if people are doing like apocalypse role plays and stuff like that. I imagine the possibilities that could come with that of like seeing like a massive tsunami in the distance or like the sky slowly turning red and shit like that. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah. Oh, Val, were you not here for that? I'll show you again real quick if you want. Yeah,
You
super
can
easy.
what?
There you go.
There it is. And
Yeah,
don't worry
it's
if you guys missed anything. I'm recording the whole thing, so you guys can look back at the recording if you weren't here for a certain section and whatnot. Also, Mania
cheers.
has multiple really good blockbuster tutorials already up on their channel, so also go
It's
check
because
those out.
people ask me, and I'm just like, oh, how about I just make a video instead?
Yeah. You can refer them all to one thing, just be like, just look at this playlist.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I got the car. We're
Awesome.
good.
Entertainer
Okay,
fades away.
you guys don't know how to use the car model, right? This car model, this one specifically, this one right here. Private lessons? I don't think so. You're gonna have to pay me for those. $5 private lesson. Okay, but yeah, you guys don't know how to use the car, so I'm gonna show you guys how to use the car. It's really nice. You guys are gonna like this. Take it. Take my money. All right, so sometimes you have a model that like you can't tell where the block is. If you hit F3, it'll show you where your block is, so you can right click that and edit your block from there. So it's very handy when you might like say I lose one of my models and I can't find them and I'm just over here like where is this model? If you hit F3, it shows you where they are. Never knew that. Yeah, it's so nice. It shows you where you left them. So if you if you forget where they are, click F3 and it'll kind of show you. I'm gonna keep laughing at you guys because I feel like some of this stuff's so common knowledge, and you guys are just like, say what? Yeah, so F3 shows you where you left your models. The amount of models that are hidden away randomly is hilarious. Yeah. It's very handy, but also I think if you go too far away, they don't load. Like let me see how far I can go. Oh, they also show through buildings, which is also really really handy. So like how far out can I go before these stop loading for me? I'm actually quite curious now. Okay, so about this far. Yeah, okay, see, there they are. It's very, very handy to find lost models. You won't believe how many times I put down a model on a roof to edit it and then completely forgot what roof it was on. There's a fix for that. Always render model turned on. Yeah, that also works. I never use that because it helps to minimize lag if you're using Blockbuster models as decoration. So I don't think you want to be like 4,000 blocks elsewhere and then still be rendering that model. Prop hunt cheat. Yeah, it'd probably be a good prop hunt cheat, which is why it would be illegal. But all right, we're heading back to the car here. So you guys want to know how to set up the car. So first off, the car itself is already animated, thanks to Mac Horse's help. So you'll see the tires kind of move and rotate as you're driving. So it's a good thing we're here on a long stretch of road because I'm about to show you how I do with my cars. So first off, we're gonna put people. We're gonna put people in the car, and how we do that is body parts. So body part, and we'll just put this chick in here. Yeah, we'll put her. So you can kind of see. So we also want to pose her. So we'll put her sitting, and then we can move her where need to. So move her up, move her back. She's kind of in the car. If you do it right, you can't even tell she's like clipping into the seat. I want her to be holding the steering wheel, so let me go into create pose and then bring her hands up so I can have her grabby the wheel. Grabby the wheel. See, now she's kind of grabbing the wheel a little bit. So we got this. So now we're going to go to pick and acquire. Clear her out of the way so she's out of the way. Now I'm going to set up a recording with her really quick to give you guys an idea of how to do this. So bye bye Wolfie girl, let's add the car in. So now we have the car. So you guys will notice that recording it, the car moves at the same speed you do, right? It's very slow. You see how slow that car is? We want that car to go a little faster. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do effect Mania. I don't remember the command for speed. Minecraft speed, like. Okay, no, 30 for 3. And then record this while you're affected with that, and zoom! Fast car! Car just goes. And let me just. Faster car, yep. And now the car kind of zooms. Still not fast enough. Let's make it a little faster. So we'll do Minecraft like 6. And then go. Fast car. And this is how I do my cars and my scenes. Like, look at that car go. It's just a going. It's gone. Fast and Furious roleplay. Oh boy. If you go to the Morph setting tab and change the speed to higher or lower, it can change the speed of the model. Would that be easier to do? Potentially it would, but you'd also have to go in and change the speed of the model if you're trying to do a fast drive or a slow drive. So it's easier to just affect yourself with the speed effect and do it that way. That way you don't have to change the speed of the model. Where do we find that model? I have shared it here in the MCTV network as well as the Blockbuster Discord. What's the name of the skins folder for emoticons? I don't actually know. Oh, Skin and Bones doesn't have a skins folder. Yeah, so that's how you set up a car. Add people inside of it as body parts, and then if you affect yourself with speed, you can have cars of different speeds driving on roads. So you can have like a slow grandma driving, and then you can have a fast youngin who's dumb and is probably going to get hurt. You could have them driving very quickly away from a monster. You know, there's lots of different ways to do things. Are we going to go over recording in this class, like how to change the characters and expressions and stuff? Yes. Yes, I could actually go over that now if you guys would like. I also wanted to go over the Blockbuster integrated audio settings, but I don't have any audio for that right now. So I could probably find something. Gonna be longer than an hour. That's fair. I didn't realize we were coming up on time. I thought there was still a lot of time left. Okay, I'll do the emotions at least. I'll cover at least changing the character's emotions with the 3D iRig. I'll cover that at least. So we're just gonna do Blockbuster of Class Part 2. Might have to. Might have to do a part 2. Wasn't expecting that. This is just for the basics. So I've covered before how to do like camera angles and stuff like in my tutorials. So I'm not going to go super in depth in this right now. I might later. But right now I'm just going to how I typically do it is I use this camera editor stuff. So let me just close out of that. So I open the camera and you click the player recording editor and you can click what player you want to edit. So this one right here is test 1. So I want to click that, click edit, and then say I want her to start like squinting or staring at you. I kind of take this and slide it where what frame I want it to be at, because these are the different frames. So different frames happen at different times. So say I want her to like squint at me at frame 10. So I go to frame 10, go to add, and then type in morph, M-O-R, morph. And then go to pick, and then I click her, and then I go to edit, body parts, and then I find the eye rig. So here I have the eye rig. I want her to like stare. So say I want her to do like suspicious, she's staring you down. Do that. But before you leave this, click animate. Click animate in the top corner and set that down. So I typically set mine to like 4 to 5 seconds. You can look at them while animating. Yes, yes you can. So there we go. So now if I click play, so you see she like squints. She squints at you real hard. Let me what oh, okay, hold on. So there's an option here. You see this ugly thing right here? This tells you where your camera is. I don't use interpolations for my cameras, so that's a different thing. So I'm gonna show you how to get rid of this ugly thing right here. So go up to camera editor options, and you're going to turn off camera profile render or render camera profile. Turn that off. You don't need that. That's just dumb. And then you're also going to want to turn on sync mode, so that way when you move your camera around, you can see where it's moving to. I see people like not use this option, and it's so handy because you can like zoom in on your characters and like do stuff. So now we can actually see her like squint at you. She's squinting. Say you want her to also like blink. So go into morph, click morph, body part, edit, and then you're gonna do closed, and it should still be animated. So animate that, set that down to however long you want it to be. And then right at the end of the animation, so this one's only like 4 frames, so you click right here at the end, click morph, and then go back, and then make sure her eyes are open and animated. So now, when we do this, she's squinty, and then she'll blink. And you can also click and shift click these and then drag them to like make it longer. So like if I want her to stare at you guys longer. And there you go. So that's how you do the facial animations. You can also do it with skins. So you can like change skins as you morph. This one's pretty funny as well. So say I want her to morph into somebody else, like this lady. So now, as she goes, she's a pink-haired werewolf, and then suddenly she has HD hair. It's quite interesting what you can do with this. It's very handy. So that's that. I don't want to go over the time, so we got like 5 minutes left. So has anybody got any questions like that I missed? Using body parts to have models give items to each other or throwing an item might be more aperture based. It would definitely be aperture based, but you can also where how get iRig model. iRig model come with Blockbuster. But the handing off items would definitely be an aperture thing because you can change morphs. So you can finagle it to where as they're handing it off, the model like goes the item goes from one model to another, and you can use that with aperture, and it's really really handy. Learning Blockbuster and caveman speech. Missed a bit at the beginning. Did you get over the did you go over the iRig model earlier? Yes, I did. I went over it a little bit earlier because I use that more than skins itself. It's gonna be wild for someone pretending to be someone else and their actual person be shown at the end. Test out the models. Good luck. Okay, how about you, Azumi? Questions?
I I'm all good. I followed all the way through. I feel prepared. I feel like I have more knowledge in my little chimp brain now. I've gained a couple wrinkles in my brain. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that this class has gone well and I've taught people a lot of
Yes.
things. I didn't realize how many things I knew you guys didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's always, there's always knowledge to be shared, even if you feel like you've already they they probably already know that. There's a high likelihood that someone doesn't know that thing. So,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's why I was like covering some of the things I knew already,
Yeah.
like the green sky. I didn't know nobody knew about that.
Yeah, I didn't even like I'd seen the thing and I didn't ever think to like try and see what it does. I just like ignored it for some reason. But yeah, I think this was a really good basics class and we could do like an intermediate maybe later on if you'd be down to do that.
Yeah,
And that way
definitely
that way
try.
we could continue and do a little bit more advanced things so that this is like laying down the groundwork. And now that this class has happened, feel free to, once I'm able to put the class out, the video class, the video of the class out, feel free to rewatch, follow along, all that jazz. And then we'll do the intermediate class. And for those who are here or watched this, even if they're watching in the future, they can then do the intermediate class, or if they already know the basics, type of thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea.
So I did see a question in here. It was like washed away real quick. I joined late. How did you animate the model in Aperture? What did you click? All right, so I'm gonna cover this really quickly one more time. So you open Aperture, and there's a button here called Player Recording Editor. Click that, and then you pick your player recording that you want to edit. So you click that, so it's there, and then you can click on a frame, go over to the Add button. I know you guys can see my mouse here, and then click Add, and then Morph. And then you pick what morph you want to add in, and you edit it. So, like, say I want her to lift her leg up, click that. And then also click animate, so it animates that, and then set how long you want the animation to be. So now, let me do this. So you won't be able to see it very well, but she does pick her leg up, so let me just zoom this out. See, she like kicks her leg a little. So yeah, that's that.
Very nice, very nice.
All right.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for teaching.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate it.
asking me to teach.
Of course, of course. Everyone say thank you, Miss Mania in chat. Thank you, Miss Mania.
You guys are welcome. Now remember to bring me an apple next class. No, I'm
Yes. Y'all better have apples at the ready for the intermediate class. Anyways, thank you guys for everyone who joined and listened in to the class, whether it be live or watching in the future. The class video should be up within the next like 24 hours in the chat right above the stage. So the past live classes chat, it'll be in there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you, Mania, for teaching.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking me to.
Of course, of course. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Goodbye.